Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Naturopolis. Now, Naturopolis is going to be similar to Sprawlopolis, so if you ever played this game, you have a good leg up on how this game is going to be played also. There's some minor rule changes to that, but we'll get down to that in a second. But just to start off, this is a button-shy game. This game will play up to 4 players. It can do solo also, so it's 1 to 4 players. And like all button-shy games, it has 18 cards. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your 3 gold cards out, and you're trying to get a set number of points to win the game. And you're going to do this by laying down cards and trying to create your Naturopolis, let's say. So let's go down to the table. I'll show you how this game plays, and then we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, so we're going to set up Naturopolis. Now this is going to be similar to Sprawlopolis, so you can see this as a standalone Sprawlopolis games. This game can be played 1 to 4 players. You're going to take this deck of 18 cards, you're going to shuffle them up, and you're going to put 3 goals out. Then you're going to put the rest of the cards face down and flip one over as your starting tile. So what does this mean? So this means that you're going to look to get this score in the game. So you're going to add up these 3 little numbers here, and that's the score you need to have at the end of the game to win. So in this case, we have 12 plus 9, so we have 21 plus 17 will give us 38. So I need 38 points to win the game. These cards also are what you're going to need to do for scoring. So obviously there's going to be 18 different ones you can get in any combination. So a lot of replayability on what goals are available in here. This one you're going to get 2 points per mountain group with 2 or more blocks. So you're going to be looking to make mountain groups as much as possible so you can get as many points as possible for this card. Additional 2 points if that group is in a different shape or orientation than any other mountain group. All right, so that's important there. This guy here, Patchwork Park. Patchwork Park gives you 1 point per campsite adjacent to another campsite. Campsites on another campsite on a different block type. So I'll go over that in a second, but basically the card has a picture of a campsite and then it has to be on a different type of terrain for each one. This one here, Happy Campers. 2 points for campsites along one road or river of your choice. So whatever road or river you pick, for every campsite on it, you'll get 2 points per campsite. Okay, so how do we get through and play this game? We're going to show a couple things on here. So here's going to be your 4 different types of land. You're going to have mountain, you're going to have a water, and you're going to have like a desert or savanna or something, and a forest. And here's a little picture of a campsite. And a campsite can be on any of the normal types of land types here, but not the water. The river here needs to be connected to other rivers that can be blocked off, but it can never connect to a road. So you're going to try to connect it to other rivers, but you don't have to, but you can never connect it to a road. Roads are going to look like this guy right here. So that's a road. Couple another additional points that you need to know is end game scoring. So end game scoring is going to be these 3, but you also have 2 other things. One is you're going to count up the biggest block in each land type. So water, the savanna here, forest, or mountains, and you're going to get 1 point for every every one of those in that block. So if I had 3 pink touching, I'd get 3 points in that largest block. So that's additional points you can get. However, like if you've played Sprawlopolis, you know that roads subtract points from your score for every road. Well, in Naturopolis, each road is -2 points instead of 1, so you don't want a lot of roads. All right, so let's get into how we're going to play this game. So we are going to shuffle this up and give 3 cards to one player and 1 card to another. Sorry. All right, So what do? We are going to take a look at our cards. Now, you can't show your opponent, or they're not your opponents, you're actually cooperatively working together, but you can't show the other player your cards. They're going to have roads and rivers on them for the most part. Some of them only have a road or a river, but all of them have one of the two. When I place this down, I can't touch a road to a river, but I can cover over the other cards. So this would be legal like this. So I can cover over the other card if I want. I can't place it like this or anything weird like that, but I can cover it over. I could cover over like that. That's also legal. Makes a weird river, but I can do it. So one of the things we're looking for is we're looking for adjacent campsites, so I can take that into account. I'm also looking to try to get these mountains together. But if I go like this, I can work on having like a little pink blob together. Once I've picked what I wanted, I hand these other two cards over to my fellow player and I draw a card. That player is going to take a look at these cards and decide how he or she wants to place out a card. So do I want to add to this pink blob? Do I want to keep this river going? Do I want to extend that road? Now, these cards have to be laid like this. I can't lay them like this. So just so you know. So I could place this card here, but I could not go like that. And we're going to continue laying down these cards until we get every card placed. Once every card's placed, we have made our Naturopolis and we're going to score. Like I said, all roads. So every road. So if I know this isn't completed and weird, but if I had it like this, I'd have 2 roads. That's -4 points. So 2 points per road. If the road connects all the way through, that's only 1 road. And that would be only -2 points. But for every road, I'm going to get -2 points each. Then I would score up these objectives. I am trying to get as many points as required for the combination of these 3 numbers. And if I do, I win. If I don't, I lose. So that, in a quick nutshell, is Naturopolis. We're going to go back up to the table here. I'll give you my final thoughts on this game. And in the future, we're going to do a playthrough of it. So I really liked Sprawlopolis and I really like Naturopolis. Now this one here seems to be a little bit more difficult, at least for me, than Sprawlopolis. We're going to be doing a playthrough of this game in the future, so you can just see how difficult it is for me. But it has sort of like infinite replayability, because when you shuffle this up, you have 18 different goals that can come out at any different time, and the combinations of the goals matter because, like I showed you, you're going to add up that top left-hand corner, I think, or probably left-hand corner of points to get your total that you're trying to aim for the game. And with all the 3 different bonuses you have, changes it up a lot. Plus your random pulling of the cards will change how you're going to need to be able to lay out your Naturopolis to score the points that are needed or higher. So there's a lot of replayability in this game. I do think, like I thought with Sprawlopolis, I do think solo is the best for Naturopolis, but it also does work with multiple players. You're allowed to talk to each other when you have multiple players, but they can't see the cards. So that helps a little bit from what some people call quarterbacking, or like one person just telling everyone else what the optimal move is, and lets the other players discover it on their own. If they want to share information, they can. If they don't, they don't. They just figure out what's best for them and pass the cards on, or best for what they think is best for scoring. So I do appreciate that little mechanic, and I like it a lot. But overall, if you like Sprawlopolis, you're going to probably love Naturopolis. If you didn't like Sprawlopolis, you're not going to like Naturopolis. It's not much of a difference between the two. I do like Naturopolis slightly more than I like Sprawlopolis, just because, I just don't know. I mean, I like the fact that roads are more negative in this one, although it's a little easier to have one road going in this one, or fewer roads, so that's probably why. I think the goals, I don't know. I think the goals are a little harder, or at least a little bit more challenging to me. They may not be, but just they feel like they are, so that's all that really matters. And but I will play Sprawlopolis anytime, and I'll play Naturopolis anytime. Both fun games, and that's my thoughts on them. thank you, or that's my thoughts on Naturopolis. Thank you for watching.